We have 1 week until Expo West. The exterior, the suspension is completely done. Now it's time to finish off the interior with painting the interior trim pieces, putting in the new black carpet, and installing the new Recaro front seats and the reupholstered rear seats. So as far as changing the interior, we've got to take it a step further because there's much more than just plastic and vinyl to this interior. I have to change the buckles, the seat belts I've actually sent out to Safety Restore. I'm getting them re-webbed to black. Not only that, I have to paint the buckles themselves, both the male and the female ends. I have to change the carpet. For that, we went with OC Auto Carpets. They sell an Essex plush black carpet. I think it's going to be the perfect complement to this whole entire inside rebuild. So this is going to be a long weekend. Fuck, man.
With the old carpet out of the vehicle, we lay it on top of the new material as a rough cutting template. Always err on the side of caution first by cutting less, then making adjustments after you placed it in the vehicle. We're taking advantage of the gutted interior. First is by applying sound deadening to the entire floorboard, all door panels, and ceiling. We're also upgrading the sound system with an 8-inch subwoofer completely hidden from view.
Got 48 hours until Expo West, and we are trying to wrap up the interior paint right now. I'm going to go ahead and warn you, if you're thinking about changing the color of your interior, be prepared for a big pain in the ass. It sounded good when I started this project, but every single piece has to come off if you want to do it right. The center console alone has about 15 different pieces, and each of those has to come off, be separately prepped and painted and allowed to cure. So we're just getting to reassembling things like that. Know what you're getting into before you start. That said, one thing that's making this a lot easier is all of SEM Products paint. From prep to paint, this has been a breeze, at least when we get everything deconstructed. This paint has been awesome to work with, so I wanted to wrap up after I've spent about 20 hours painting so far. I'm basically sticking to 3 products with this before we go to paint. First, you start with the SEM soap. This is basically like a low grit, mild abrasive, and it's the first step that you do for any prepping of pieces. And so this really helps get any of those old oil residues out and starts drying the surface. So you're gonna use, if you can, like a Scotch-Brite pad, green pad, scuff up the surface, get it all soapy, clean it off with a microfiber. The next thing you're gonna do is get the universal surface cleaner. So this is kind of like a second prep clean, but it also gets off the any of the old dirt and oil that you kind of brought up to the surface from the SEM soap. And after both of those are done, you're going to wipe it clean and get a bare surface. And right before you're ready to paint, you're going to use the sand-free adhesion promoter. So they have 2 types of adhesion promoter. One's called the XXX, and this one's the sand-free. I think they kind of differ between vinyl and plastic, but I just went ahead and have used this for both vinyl and plastic. It's worked out pretty well, but you're going to put this on right before you go into the paint booth. You want it kind of wet because it helps meld almost the paint with the plastic and create a solid contact. So that's been the process that I've been doing for every single trim piece. I think I'm up over to like 180 plus pieces individually. I can't believe I started this 3 or 4 days before Expo. It's just how the timeline has kind of went, but we're too far deep into it now, so we just got to get this sucker back together. So it's going to be 2 long days of getting this truck ready and back installed, and we can head to Flagstaff.